eventually know the voice of God. So my friend began to have encounters with God in the spirit before he had encounters with God in the Bible. A time came when the encounters were no longer accurate, and he could not tell because he never knew the scriptures. Are you there? One day he came up that he's seen a vision about a lady he wants to marry. So I said, all right, let's go and visit the people. When we got there, I lost my peace. So I knew God was not in it. I looked for a way and escaped. And not just escaping from the environment, I traveled. I moved. And because he is the prophet in our midst, if you come and say, I don't think you are right. You say, from whence left the Spirit of God from me to reveal such things to you? Say, have I ever come to challenge you when you teach? When you teach, what will submit? This side is my side. Well, at the end of the day, the lady he married was not born again because of the prophetic intimidation. We couldn't. She was actually into witchcraft. But it wasn't obvious until 3 years into their marriage. Wasn't obvious. That's what happens to you. You will lack the ability to discern when you enter into the muddy waters of destiny, if you have not yet trained yourself to be able to identify the voice of Scripture. It says, bind up the testimony and seal the law among my disciples. So when God decides to hide himself, there is a group of people that he reveals himself to, and those guys are his disciples, the people that have decided to be foolish enough to learn from him. He will come in their midst, and the things that other people cannot see, those that are his disciples, he will make himself available to. Are you there? In fact, there are things that he will discuss with his disciples that he will ask them to bind up. Don't say this one outside. That is a day when intimacy is the currency that determines who is mighty and who is a victim. So I choose not to trade with God from the outer court, because a day like this, in fact, we're in that day now. We're in that day now. He said, bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples.